Welcome back. And here is Samson's take. I title it, Let's Support the Police. It's as simple as that. I have read and heard about those dangerous, purposeless campaigns once again. Free this, free that. And you get on these campaigns only because someone has been arrested to face court over acts and actions giving rise to criminal investigations and possible prosecutions. Not that their rights have been violated or that there is a threatened violation of their rights. Those of you who call yourself fans jump on these campaigns without deep consideration and sometimes in risky demonstrations. I'd like you to also ponder if you will get any attention. You will get any attention even if you got into a situation of malicious prosecution and sheer abuse by law enforcement. Often, these campaigns are born out of sheer ignorance of very basic laws. I like to share by repeating reference to some of these laws that we all ought to know. I have shared here a number of times. The fact that you have become used to people issuing threats of harm and death, including broadcasts of frightening, charlatanic prophecies, making wild, defaming, or defamatory comments, people just destroying the reputations of others, people brandishing guns, etc. The fact that you hear, see, and read about such, and those involved getting away with it, does not mean they have no consequences, civil or criminal. So start with Funny Face. He was arrested for issuing threats. What's the law? The law in sections 74 and 75 of our Criminal Offences Act is rather plain. You don't need to be a lawyer to understand it. And it says that if you threaten someone with, quote, unlawful harm with the intent, that is the intention, to put that person in fear, unquote. You threaten them and your intention to put them is to put them in fear of that harm. That's all that you have to do. You commit an offense and you could face up to 3 years in jail. If you put someone in fear of death by threatening them with death, please watch the language of the law. You only have to put them in fear of death by threatening them with death. If your prophecy put me in fear of death, what else is it? The court is not interested in spiritual matters. What is physical is what it deals with. If you did that, you commit an offense and could face up to 10 years in jail. So Shatawale, what did he do? He and his aides and the pastor in custody. Tell me what wrong the police has done. Section 208 makes it an offense to circulate false information, rumor, false statement, rumor, or report that causes fear and alarm. You like to say fear and panic. The law calls it fear and alarm. It punishes this is punished by up to 3 years in jail. So, what have they done wrong in seeking to investigate that? In fact, in the Electronic Communications Act, we have actually sought to enhance the punishment for such conduct. If you circulate information through your social media, everybody is in social media just misconducting themselves. If you circulate information on social media, you don't verify, and it's misleading information, by Section 76 of the Electronic Communications Act, you face up to 36,000 Ghana cedis fine or 5 years in jail for such an act. Let me now ask about medical. Is that the name? What has the police done wrong? You've begun shouting. In the Arms and Ammunition Act, the law says you do not have an automatic right to own a gun. You get a gun with permission and a license to use it. And the license has conditions. Among the conditions to holding that gun is that you don't display that gun in public. You can only do that with the prior written consent of the Inspector General of Police. You don't display or discharge it. That is the law. If you did that, you are looking to be punished with up to 12,000 Ghana cedis, or in addition to that, or alternatively, 5 years, up to 5 years in jail. So, what are we talking about? Yes, questions of bail. Yeah, he did it and put it on social media. Social media is not public, you may claim. Well, let the law take its course. And what is all the hue and cry about somebody not getting bail when they can get bail? Bail is not automatic. Of course, when the courts misuse it as punishment, the law says they shouldn't, we talk. But let's not always bastardize the court. The fact that every offense now is bailable does not mean bail is at large. It's at the discretion of the court. Of course, judicial discretion. They arrested Owusu Bempah. He was not granted bail. You started crying. What do you want in this country? You cite America, you cite the UK, you are happy, you want to be in those places. These things you do here, can you do them out there? That is my take. Let's all support this man, George Akuffo Dampare, to bring sanity to this country. We'll be right back.